The girl was late on her first day of school. The guard blocked her at the gate, but another boy, also late, walked in like he owned the place. Unwilling to give in, the girl stopped him. She boldly praised his looks, and begged to sneak in with him. The guard tried to stop her again, but one cold glance from the boy, and the guard instantly backed down. The girl grinned, making faces as she swaggered inside. In class, it was time to introduce herself. With a straight face, she declared her biggest hobby, smashing stones on her chest. The whole class burst into laughter. Fate had its own plan. She was seated right next to that same boy. The moment she opened her book, a frog jumped onto the page. The boy apologized politely, explaining it was his lab subject. The girl stared with pure curiosity. The boy warned he loved dissecting animals, but the girl stayed calm, mocking that frogs were boring, and suggested catching a black bear instead. That one line sparked his interest. By lunchtime, the girl shocked everyone again. She ordered 10 bowls of noodles just for herself. When the lady asked her to pay, she froze, completely confused. She explained she had always eaten free meals back in the countryside. The truth was heartbreaking. Her mother had died when she was young. Her father and stepmother abandoned her to live in the countryside. Only days ago, her father suddenly brought her back, even transferring her to this school, but not for love. It was for a shocking scheme. That secret will soon explode. Right then, a school bully appeared, holding a baseball bat. His face fierce, his tone cruel. All the students froze in fear. The girl looked at him like he was her savior. She boldly ordered him to pay for her meal. Meanwhile, the handsome deskmate watched the scene with amusement. The bully sneered, calling her a beggar. He demanded she shine his shoes if she wanted food. The girl glared back, fists already clenched. She warned him not to mess with her, but the bully swung his bat straight at her. With a sharp crack, the bat split in two. The girl had blocked it barehanded. The bully froze in disbelief, but the girl only sneered, saying yesterday's beating wasn't enough. Turns out, the bully was her half-brother. On her first day home, he had already tried to provoke her, and he was crushed by her fists. Not convinced, he raised his hand again, but the girl twisted his arm with one move. Terrified, the crowd rushed him to the infirmary. Just then, a teacher arrived and accused the girl. She wasn't given a chance to explain. But the handsome deskmate stepped forward. He testified it wasn't the girl who started the fight. The angry teacher suddenly changed her face when she saw the boy. She flattered him, agreed with his words, and claimed it was a misunderstanding. The boy then grabbed the girl's hand, saying he'd buy her lunch. When the girl saw his card balance, she gasped. This money could feed her for a lifetime. A nearby classmate explained calmly, the boy was the richest heir. The entire school belonged to his family, so he could eat for free. Those who watched the first 2 episodes knew, even the gate guards bowed to him, and teachers flattered him. Now, the reason was clear. Very soon, the girl devoured 5 full bowls of noodles. The boy sitting beside her asked awkwardly how long had she been starving. But the girl only smiled, saying she just had a big appetite. Then, she shared her story she had grown up in the countryside. Hearing this, the boy looked at her with deep sympathy. He offered his help for any future troubles, and he stretched out a hand of friendship. But the rich heir quickly grabbed the girl's hand instead. He declared asking that boy might not work, but asking him any problem could be solved. Clearly, curiosity for the girl was already growing in his heart. After school, the girl returned home. The anxious butler rushed over. Her family had gone to the hospital. They were visiting her injured younger brother. The girl quickly called her father, demanding living expenses, but the bitter man snapped, saying a few hungry days wouldn't kill her. The girl coldly warned, if he didn't give her money, she'd return to the countryside. The scheming father panicked instantly. He promised to send her living expenses at once. The girl realized something. This sudden return must hide a secret. It was tied to the great conspiracy mentioned in the first episode. The next morning, the girl woke early. Her watch showed 5 a.m. She smirked, time to give dad and stepmom a sweet greeting. At once, she knocked hard on their door. The whole house shook with the pounding. Then came her lion's roar. Her father was so frightened he tumbled from bed. Furious, he opened the door and scolded her. But the girl smiled sweetly, claiming she was only saying good morning. She added that her greetings would come every single day. The father nearly collapsed in rage, but the girl's purpose was clear: to uncover what scheme her cruel father was hiding. The girl had a bizarre habit, waking her father and stepmother at 5 a.m. sharp. Her knocking echoed through the whole villa, and if they still didn't wake, she unleashed a lion's roar, until her father literally fell out of bed. Furious, the father stormed to the door, ready to scold. But the girl just smiled sweetly. Good morning, today is a beautiful day, leaving her father trembling with rage. Viewers from earlier episodes know she was abandoned in the countryside, raised by the elders of the village. And just days ago, her father and stepmother suddenly brought her back. But the girl sensed something was wrong, so she provoked her father on purpose to expose his true face. At lunchtime, the whole family watched her eat like a starving wolf. She didn't care about them. She devoured almost every dish alone. When she finally stopped, no one else had eaten a single bite. The girl smiled politely. "Why aren't you eating?" The scheming father seized the chance to scold again. But the girl simply stood up, voice soft as ever. "Talking while eating is bad for your health." The bruised brother from yesterday started rambling non-stop. The girl lost patience. She flipped the entire table. "If you won't eat properly, then no one eats." Leftovers and dishes spilled all over the three of them. The father clutched his chest in fury. The brother begged, "Send her back to the countryside." But the scheming father wouldn't let her go so easily. And the girl saw right through his hidden plan.